Good morning, second grade. Welcome back to another week in the art room. Today, we are going to continue the next step on our fall pumpkins at night. So what we're going to do today is we are just going to be working on the pumpkin and the grass area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple options to do this bottom half of your project. The first option is you can just use your crayons. We're going to use yellow, orange, and red to color in our pumpkin because those are the three warm colors. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, Mrs. Demboski, why are you using all three? Pumpkins are orange. Well, that's very true. Pumpkins are orange, but we want to add some lighter spots and we want to add some darker spots to our pumpkin. So we're going to need those three colors for the pumpkin part. We're going to need brown or green for the stem. I'll leave that up to you. And then you're going to need a light green and a dark green for the grass. And we're going to layer those colors together. So we're just going to work on the bottom half today. Next week, we're going to work on the top half. I know I said that this was going to be a 2-day project, but I really think it's going to end up being a 3-day project because if we do all of it, I think it's just going to be too much today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the first way with crayons, and then I'm going to show you the second way with watercolors. So if you have watercolors available to you, I'll show you that really soon. So here's the crayons. I'm going to start with yellow, and I'm just carefully coloring it in, but I'm still leaving some spots white because we still have 2 other colors to add. So I'm just coloring up and down. I am not scribbling. No scribbles. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my orange. And I'm just going to start layering those colors together. Getting those white spots. Taking my time. All right, and then maybe I want to go in with a little bit of red. Just to give these pumpkins some darker spots. I want to go with a little bit more yellow in here. Now the reason we start with yellow is because it's the lightest color. It's easy to color on top of. So that's why we start with yellow first, then orange, and then red because it's the darkest. Red is last. So you're going to do that to all of the sections of your pumpkin. Okay, so that section's done, and then I can move on. For the stem, I told you could do green or brown. I'm going to choose brown. So I'm just going to color up and down, get all those white spaces. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to my grass. So for the grass, if I'm using crayon, I'm going to start with light green first because it's the lightest color. So light green first. And in your crayon box, there's another light green. It's called green yellow, but don't use that one because this one just looks too much like yellow. So if you choose that one on accident, go back in and choose your yellow green. Okay, I know it's kind of tricky, but make sure you choose the right one. So I'm just going to continue coloring my grass. Whoop. Now this part's going to get kind of tricky because you have to get into all these little spaces if you did a zigzag line for your grass. You don't want to go above your zigzag line because that's the sky, and we'll do that next time. So I just want you to work on the grass. And don't forget, you got to do the other side. All right. So I'm done with the light green. So now I'm going to take my dark green and I'm just going to kind of, again, layer that together. So you're blending your colors. It's going to make your artwork look a little bit more interesting. And get into all those little zigzags again. Staying inside your lines. Alrighty, so my grass is done on this side. I just need to finish it over here. And my pumpkin section is done. I just need to finish it in the other parts, okay? So that's where I want you to stop today. So once you have this bottom half done, take a picture of it and put it in Google Classroom so that I can see it. And then next week, we'll do the sky, okay? We'll finish up the background, and then this project will be done. Now, if you were somebody who is going to use watercolors, I'm going to get out a different piece of paper, and I'm going to show you really quickly how to do that. Alrighty, so let me get out a Sharpie really fast because I'm going to draw this pumpkin really quickly for you. And then show you a new example. All right. And then you've got your grass back here. So this is just another example for you if you're going to use watercolors. Okay, if you're going to use watercolors, you need to get out a cup, a paintbrush, and your watercolor set. And it's the same thing, really. You're going to start with yellow first. And you're just going to add a little bit of yellow to your pumpkin. Staying inside your lines. Okay, and then I'm going to wash my brush really good. And I'm just going to kind of let that dry for a minute. Just let it dry. So I'm going to kind of blow on it. Because I don't want the colors to bleed together. So then I'm going to take my orange. And I'm going to go in and add my orange now. And if you have really thin paper at home, watercolors are probably not the best choice because the watercolors are just going to soak into your paper and then it's just not going to look the way you want it to. So make sure if you're using watercolors that you have nice thick paper at home. Okay, let's just pretend that I did the other sections. I'm going to wash my brush. And I just need a teeny tiny bit of red. And then I'm just going to let it dry. And then I can go in and add just a little bit of that red. Okay? Same thing. Let it dry. And then you can work on the grass. I know in your watercolor trays you only have one color green. And that's fine. Or you can just do the pumpkin with watercolors. Let it dry. And then maybe you do the rest of it with crayon. Okay, it's totally up to you. You are the artist. I want you to make that decision. Everyone's project is going to look just a tad bit different from what you choose as your supplies. So today, all you need to do is finish the bottom half of your drawing. If you have any questions and you are an A learner or a B learner, stop by my classroom and I can talk to you about it. Or if you are a remote learner, you can email me and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. All right, second grade, go create.